Hello everybody, and welcome to Amro's Intuitive Studio on YouTube. This is your weekly Tarotscope for the week of February 28th to March 6th, 2021. We are still in Pisces season until mid-March, so you're here to ride this wave of energy into the coming week rather than follow the crowd and react to it without knowing what's going on. So you will choose a situation, relationship, maybe just your general life situation, and then decide if this applies to you. Started with our Astro Dice. If you've been here before, you know what these are. And if you have not, you'll see how they work. If you are new here and you have not seen them yet, check down in the description and the comments below for the Pisces season videos, the ones about the Pisces season energy that goes until mid-March, and also the full moon video and ritual with meditation that was just released this weekend. And we'll talk a little bit more about that today. All right, now that our dice are out, what we're gonna do is match them up with associating karma cards, and we'll get what I call Astro Dice advice. Now, while I set these up, I'm gonna tell you just a little bit about what they mean. Okay, so we have the South Node here. Then we have the sign of Sagittarius here, and the 10th house. And you notice that there's also a red side to these. That's something we'll get to at the end. There will not be insights to understand your destiny. Very interesting. Anxiety about the wisdom of where you're going. Trouble resulting from the understanding of your career. So what's really interesting to me is how much this sounds like you're stuck in your head, right? So if we're not moving the mental anxieties, the stress from our thoughts, the overthinking, and finding a way to release that from our bodies through either physical activity, meditation, anything that you enjoy, like music, dancing, singing, intense workouts. There are so many ways that we can release the overthinking energy from our own minds. And if you check out the full moon video meditation, there is some really helpful tools, I think, if you're not used to identifying a thought in your mind and then bringing it into the body. That's the energy that is kicking off this week. So we are in Pisces season. Pisces season is, again, we don't get crazy specific with this, but it's going to be about mid-February to mid-March, because there are specific dates that these the planets change signs, but there are like gravitational energies between the planets that they start to activate. It builds slowly, and then it kind of wanes slowly. So while the full moon is technically at one moment of the day, there's an energy that's for, I don't know, it depends on what you say, maybe two or 3 days before and 2 or 3 days after. It just depends on how you like to see that. Sometimes it's like when we refer to it in the actual moon video, we just talk about the 3-day period, the 1 day before and 1 day after. So it's completely up to you how you frame all this stuff, but I don't think you need to be afraid. Okay, I want you to think that what we're focusing on now. This is the flower of life that we used last week as well. This card just kind of like, I have no idea what that is yet. But what I want to talk about for a moment is, this is the energy that we're in right now. The full moon is in Virgo, so that's a very strong pull around your emotions, and anxiety is just natural. When we don't know why we feel certain ways, or we haven't taken the time, or maybe just haven't been able to see it clearly enough to go in, we can really get stuck in our head about things and create anxiety, overthinking, and even really harsh criticism towards ourselves. The energy around you is dutiful, hesitant, and humble, with a discriminating, diligent, and painstaking air. So listen to that and hear how that, while that can be a beautiful energy, if it's out of balance, it's not probably gonna feel very great in the long term. Especially if we're not like replenishing ourselves. Okay, so I'm gonna kind of keep going while we're talking about this, just to save a little bit of time on the shuffling. Ooh, things are happening. And then we're in Pisces season. That means the sun is in Pisces. The moon is in Virgo. The sun is in Pisces. So the overall energy is this very, it says wistful, endlessly loving, compassionate, and forgiving. It confuses and softens resolve. So see how these energies are not opposed as much as it may feel like painstaking and soften. What we're doing is allowing this to soften this rather than beating ourselves up over it. Okay, but it probably feels a lot more like that than soften. The softening is something that you have to choose to do for yourself. All right, I'm gonna put this up and then we'll pull up the flower. This is the flower of life. And by the way, this is the Muse Tarot. It's my favorite tarot deck. Universal law. Everything in the universe consists of energy formed into different vibrations. All that is experienced and created in this life is the result of the magnetic law of attraction. Through this law, energies of the same type come together. Whatever you focus on will come into your life. So this is where I know that this is not what you want, okay? The anxiety is not what you want. But if you don't give yourself the space to find avenues, tools, whatever, it might be therapy, it might be friends, it might be, a spa weekend. I can't say what self-care is for you, but it needs to be consistent, and you have to be filling yourself up again and again and again. Because if you cannot stop focusing on the anxiety and bring this out of your head and into your body to discharge the true root of the emotion, you will draw more and more anxiety into your life. You will bring in more situations. Even if you leave the current one because it's so exhausting to you, you will draw in more that will reflect that same feeling until you heal it within you. You have to go and find where it comes from. And that's inside of you, in your body. It's probably in your heart, not as much in your mind as it seems to be. The universe will never judge you, and as such makes no distinction between good and bad. It only organizes energies according to similarity. Okay, that's why you didn't do anything wrong. It's just it's just the focus. Okay. Today, create a vision for your life. Feel your vision. Feel that feeling and radiate it through your mind, body, and spirit. Hold that feeling. Meditate on it. Become it. And very soon, you will have many manifestations of your highest vision for your life. If you have not watched the full moon meditation, even just the meditation, if you're feeling drawn to this, please go listen to that. I'm going to share it also. I have not yet, but I'm going to share it separately in a different playlist that's just for meditations. But it's really, really on point for holding it, bringing that out of your mind and into your body. You hold it there, and then you discover, I'm just telling you, it will start to clarify where it comes from. All right, so I'm just kind of, right now I'm letting this just kind of give me some insight, and then we'll organize it. This is just popping out. And then I'll see where they come together. All right, there's a lot. I don't know if you can actually see them coming out because I'm holding my hands back, but sometimes they just do. They're just very, I'm going to stop there for now because they have several 6s, 12, and that just, I don't know, for whatever reason feels kind of natural at this point. So let's see, these two here are, these two are major arcana, which if you've been here before, I've explained that the way I view these as like the big plan. This is the divine plan for your life, what you came in this world to do. Okay, and if you are not feeling true to yourself, there is something going on within you. You can blame the world if you'd like. You absolutely can, but ultimately you're the only one who can take responsibility, heal wounds, or create new things in your life. No matter what has been done to you, you have to find a way through it for you, and it's for you. I'm not telling you there's any time, there's a right time to do things, but if you want to have like a peace and a stability, a real balance in your life, in your home, this is in your core, your foundation. It takes, like, really, like, think of the foundation of a house, of a building, and how important that is. It is just as important in your life as it is, and that's what you're creating. And the truth is that it may be something, a matter of something that has to break down, that has to be let go of, and a complete shift in perception, maybe about whatever the situation is. It may feel like anxiety, trouble, like it's harming you, and it may even hurt. It may feel like a loss for a little while, but in order to really anchor in the foundation, the foundation of your family, your career, everything that will actually satisfy you is here. It's in this place, and that doesn't change. That will always be there, no matter you want to identify with it or not, whether you want to block it out. It does not feel good to shut yourself down from things that feel true to you. So it requires a walking away from one thing and towards something better. Leaving something behind. It is leaving something behind, but something better comes. And it's something that allows you to hold yourself high. Okay? If you allow new things to come in and just kind of trust that as you're doing this work, that it's creating space and a new attraction point for you, your whole perspective and your whole life changes. You just have to know where your foundations are. If one thing is breaking down and you can't stop it, you might have to let it break down and just be there to observe the lessons for yourself. Next part of the message, I want to talk about our intentions and where we should focus. How can we best focus our energy? All right, first, the seamless unspeakable. So the intention message is all these three cards together. I don't know why I wanted to bring these three cards together, but I really did. And so I'm looking this up, and the seamless unspeakable, it says, the illuminated space of no distraction and pure potential is beyond the threshold. It is silent, meditative, out of time, centered and in the present place, beyond the hustle of the mind and outside world. And that's what this is, okay? This is a point of no distraction. It also says about this card, a blank canvas. Anything is possible. A time to choose what you want to bring into your life. Endless possibilities and limitlessness. And when we feel anxiety, we feel like things are being taken from us, we don't experience it that way, but that is what it is, okay? This is a shift of perspective. This is a shift, exactly what this is. This is a shift of perspective. See from a higher perspective. That's exactly what this says to you. You are being shown, you're being given a gift, a true offering. I want to read this really quickly. It says, true offering takes what can be an unbearable cross and returns it to love. you are letting go of something. You're seeing it differently, okay? What you let go, you have to, people, relationships, everything, anything we hold on to tight becomes stagnant, and it becomes a force. We start to use our energy to force things into our control. But what if we really want to feel balanced? It's about this meditative place, sitting with ourselves, allowing the true offering of loss, but it's a choice of letting go. What is truly mine comes back to me. What is truly mine and what is truly satisfying may come back to me in a different form. Let's not hyper focus on any one particular relationship or situation, because that doesn't bring, if that's really causing us anxiety, it doesn't actually bring the relief, and it doesn't create the value in us. It doesn't match us. It doesn't pour back into us the same way that we deserve. Okay? This requires leaving something behind, creating a blank canvas for yourself to create something new. It's time to take responsibility for yourself and understanding you can do whatever you want. It is your choice. But if you want to feel true satisfaction, that comes from here, your heart. It comes from balance. It comes from silence and allowing yourself to feel what you truly want, taking it out of the mind and into the body. Again, visit that full moon meditation, because it's exactly what this is for. Our last deck, food. What I eat fuels me. I eat the best of foods accessible to me. I infuse my food with love and gratitude before eating. Take that note, please. Visualizing the nutrients I am consuming and the love that went into growing and preparing this food. This could very much have to do with your own body, okay? The way that you see food, your perspective around food. I had this huge shift with food the last couple of years, where I stopped trying to control everything that I put in my body, and I just nourished myself, and my body just changed. It was zero. I mean, I don't want to say zero effort. I'm not trying to say like, oh, your body's going to turn into the supermodel body or the super muscular body. That's not going to happen. What I'm saying is your body has a set point, and you come in tune with yourself when you stop trying to control it. So what fuels you is not the same as what fuels everybody else. Trust your own hunger. Trust your own instincts. It is okay to eat what you want. It is okay for you not to manage every bite. You may have special dietary needs, okay? What fuels you may be different than what fuels others, but never ever beat yourself up, and never ever starve yourself for something else later on. I am telling you right now, satisfaction with your own intake, with your own choices, will bring you satisfaction with and in your own body. Okay, and the very last message is going to be this red side of the karma cards that we talked about before, and this is advice. Remember your highest ideals responsibly. Reconsider the rules of success. Now is not the time to get out in the world and become a person of power and high status. Wow, is that interesting? And I don't believe any of this is meant to stifle any of our dreams or plans, but I think it's meant to tell us to evaluate our true satisfaction, because we don't want to climb too far up the ladder that we don't want to be on, right? The ladder of success is only success to you. So while it may be appealing where other people seem to be, they seem to be prosperous, and that might be something that we idolize, but our true satisfaction is on the inside. So be sure to check in with your highest ideals. Okay, reconsider the rules of success for you, and let some things go that you have been told are true, because they may not be true for you. And guess what? that's okay, or I wouldn't be here. Please, if you enjoyed this, be sure to share it with your friends, hit the thumbs up. Thank you so much for being here.